Flood and hillslide bring havoc. Prime Minister vows to build green Bangladesh. Padma Ganges deal renewal approaching positively. Well, good evening, viewers. Those were the headlines. I'm Salehin Kadir, and you're watching English Bulletin. To follow on, flood and hillslide caused by incessant rain has brought havoc in different parts of the country. Hillslide has killed 7 people in Bandarban and Cox's Bazar. 5 people, including 3 of a family, got killed by hillslide in Lama Upazila of Bandarban, and 2 deaths were reported in Chokoria of Cox's Bazar. The mishap in Lama occurred at Missionpara area in Aziznagar Union of Lama Upazila in the early hours on Thursday. Fire service and police recovered 5 bodies buried beneath the earth. Meanwhile, a woman and her 2 children got trapped in hillslide in Mochnia Kota area in Chokoria of Cox's Bazar at dawn Thursday. The 2 children died. Mother has been admitted to hospital. Experiencing impact of climate change is now the reality of every day. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman made the remark in his address to the event of World Environment Day at Bangladesh-China Friendship Convention Center on Thursday. He said the present government's objective is to establish a green climate change enduring sustainable Bangladesh. In reference to listing of Bangladesh as the 3rd unlivable country among 173 countries, the Prime Minister said there is less awareness among the people on environment. The Prime Minister conferred National Environment Award to 3 individuals and 3 organizations for outstanding contribution in conservation of environment. 21 others received National Tree Plantation Award. The Prime Minister also inaugurated the National Tree Fair. Renewal of Padma and Ganges water sharing deal is approaching positively. State Minister for Foreign Affairs Shama Abayed made the remark while talking to the journalists at the Foreign Office on Thursday. She said India knows well how this accord will impact the bilateral ties. She said all talks in diplomacy do not take place through front door channel. Padma Ganges Water Treaty with India in 1996 ensured the Bangladesh's rights of getting half or at least 35,000 cubic water in the dry season. The deal will come to an end in December. If the accord is not renewed, India will once again get the chance of lessening the flow of water. Next parliamentary polls will take place under the caretaker government. Law Minister Muhammad Asad-uz-Zaman made the remark in his reaction on the apex court verdict on the caretaker government. The Law Minister was talking to the journalists at the Secretariat on the Appellate Division verdict that upheld the High Court verdict of restoration of caretaker government system. He said they were in movement for caretaker government system beholding the spirit of July. Viewers, we now take a short break and we will be back soon with High Court verdict on caretaker government upheld. Harmony to be laid to rest in Mashhad today. Welcome back. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. To follow on, the apex court of the country has upheld the High Court verdict on the 15th Amendment of the Constitution, dismissing the writ against it. So the High Court verdict that restored caretaker government system and norms to have referendum will remain in place. A 4-member appellate division bench headed by Chief Justice Zubair Rahman Chaudhry pronounced the verdict on Thursday. A dual bench of High Court dismissed some portion of the 15th Amendment on December 17 in 2024, terming them as illegitimate. However, four eminent citizens, including Secretary of Shushaner Jonno Nagarik, Badiul Alam Mujamdar and Jamaat Islami, filed separate writ against a High Court verdict saying there are some complications despite restoration of caretaker government system. Dear viewers, we now begin with the news around the world. Iran's slain supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei will be laid to rest with state honor in his hometown of Mashhad today. Millions have attended funeral processions in the Iraqi cities of Najaf and Karbala. More than 4 months after he was killed in a joint US-Israeli airstrike on February 28, Khamenei is finally being buried today. His burial marks the end of a week-long funeral procession that traveled through major religious centers in Iraq and Iran, including Tehran, Qom, Najaf and Karbala, before reaching Mashhad. Khamenei's birthplace Mashhad is home to Imam Reza Shrine, the most sacred site in Iran. The shrine houses the tomb of Imam Reza, the 8th Imam in Shia Islam. Khamenei's burial at the shrine reinforces its status as symbolically important resting place for Iranian leaders. US launched strikes in Iran for the second consecutive night after President Donald Trump's warning for hard hit to the country. Explosions rocked several Iranian cities. US military claimed it hit 90 targets external in a second night of strikes on Iran. The attacks targeting 5 Iranian provinces have killed 14 and wounded 78 over 2 days, with blasts reported in Iranian cities including Bushehr, Chabahar, Bandar Abbas and Shirik, and in the Strait. It comes a day after US launched a round of attacks threatening a return to full-fledged war. Trump said the attacks were in retribution for alleged Iranian attacks on ships transiting the Strait. Meanwhile, Iran claimed retaliatory strikes on US bases and strategic centers in Bahrain, Kuwait and Qatar. Dear viewers, we'll now take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Amid US-Iran renewal counterattacks, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz said that his country does not need permission from anyone to stay in Lebanon. Katz has rejected US President Donald Trump's remarks suggesting Israel would withdraw from Lebanon under a framework agreement between Tel Aviv and Beirut. He said that Israel did not ask permission from any party to enter Lebanon, and they do not need permission to remain in Lebanon. Katz stressed that he and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu have made abundantly clear that Israel will continue to remain in the security zone in Lebanon and operate from it for as long as necessary until Hezbollah is disarmed. Well, before ending the bulletin, we have top stories once again. Flood and hillslide bring havoc. Prime Minister vows to build green Bangladesh. Padma Ganges deal renewal approaching positively. High Court verdict on caretaker government upheld. And Khamenei to be laid to rest in Mashhad today. Well, that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us. Until then, see you soon.